Hello and welcome to DarkMouse's Daily Scroll. I'm your host, DarkMouse.
I'm Thef.
I'm Hanaconda.
And today we're joined by someone different.
Hi, I'm Metasport.
Cool. So, yes, the star of Metasport is being hunted is joining us today on Scrolls.
Oh, way. Yes.
It's alright, we locked the robots outside.
Oh,
Indeed.
you did?
Yes.
That explains the
But they're
beeping.
waiting there
What
for
you're
you.
saying is they're waiting for me.
Yes.
Wonderful.
We're actually locked in a shed on the archipelago recording this. He came in from the cold briefly.
Really lucky that the shed has an internet port, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
3G, bitches.
And I'm just walking into that port. Right now the internet's plugged into it, we don't want to know that.
Wait, you're a robot? Oh, shit.
To be honest, the mist today
Yeah.
does actually look like
It is rather misty. We are in with a quick match with FSH. I thought it was fish, but there's no I there as far as I can tell.
No.
It's a fish
there's no
with no eyes.
It's a blind fish.
I'm playing against the blind fish. I'm fairly sure they are very complimented by this.
Well,
But,
It might be their intention.
possibly.
maybe.
Possibly. Or
Or
they
it might stand for something.
or they wanted fish and it was already taken.
Yeah.
Possibly. But as you can see, we are playing with the Automated Titans. And guess what, guys? I've got another Metal Wonder. I now have two.
Yay.
He's so happy about this.
I've been waiting for at least, I need 3 to make my deck amazing. I need 2 more Solemn Giants to make it even better.
Yeah.
Because then they're like, oh, that's a dead Metal Wonder. I'm like, oh, I have another one. Like, oh, that's a dead Metal Wonder. I'm like, I have another one.
I
Wouldn't
played
it be more
against-
fun to just get free out?
Well, yeah, but if they kill it in between times, I have another one.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Because then, yeah, doing 6 damage to random idols is amazing.
I played against someone who had 3 out at the same time.
Nice.
It was hell for me.
Yeah,
But
that's why I want 3.
I had a totem of suffering, so we're about even.
Oh, fair enough.
I love the Totem of Suffering. I need one more.
It just means that they fill their area with structures and you fill your area with creatures.
Yeah.
But for every spell you play. Yeah, sweet. And he has
Fill
Awakened
their area,
Stones.
right?
To be honest,
Yeah.
in the Black Magic Decay deck that I've got that doesn't really use it doesn't use poison, there really aren't that many spells. It's mostly creatures and structures.
That depends on the way you put your deck together, I guess. I mean, hell, if Metal Wonders aren't that useful for people playing spells down, at the very least, they're a good blocking structure.
Ah, the Waking Stones.
What do you think's the best way of getting rid of one of them?
What the Metal Wonder? A tick bomb.
No, waking stones.
You just keep hammering at it. There's no other way to do it unless
The
you have a
tick
tick
bombs,
bomb.
yeah.
Or violent dispersal.
Yes, but that's a bit of a waste
Yeah.
for
Okay.
a structure like that. If
Yeah,
you
basically
were
any way
playing-
of getting rid of it that doesn't use damage.
Yeah.
Basically, will do it.
So outright destroy will do it, or you can just hack away at it for a little while. If it's early game, you can generally just hack away at it for a little while.
You can pew at it with a couple of gun automatas, something like that.
Yep. Now this is where I was wishing I hadn't gotten rid of that goddamn Thunder Surge.
A little bit, yeah, because Order Player,
Yeah.
those Ducal Crossbowmen are nasty.
Oh yes. But he now has one less, which is nice.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they are countdown free, so when one turns up, you'll be given a fair grace period to deal with them.
You are, unless they play like something like Rallying in a Growth Order deck, or they use Blessing
Yeah,
of
but they can
Haste.
only do that late in the game.
Or they use Blessing of Haste.
Yes,
That's not
true.
so expensive.
No, it isn't.
So their creatures are rolling and mine are not quite. And I pull Incendiaries. Not useful. Okay, next thing.
Slightly more useful.
Yes, I can now guarantee that I can take out 2 of his creatures.
Think-
There's an Emma Bonds on that shieldy dude already. I can't remember the name. Ducal something.
That's the Skirmisher, I
Do
think.
you kill infantrymen? Or do you kill
Infantrymen.
skirmisher?
There we go. It might be the
Infantrymen, yeah.
infantryman.
Yeah.
So he's got an Emma Bonds, so next time he attacks, he's dead. And when the crossbowman attacks, he's dead.
Yay.
So, all I have to worry about now is the skirmisher, who is relentless. And 4.
Crossbow
friggin'
man
health.
is dead, and the Ducal infantryman is dead, and everyone is dead.
Hopefully. The Metal Wonder is still quite alive, but is not doing any help yet.
That's because he's refusing to cast spells.
Well, clever
Smart
play,
guy.
you know.
Yeah.
Not playing spells is generally a good
Until
idea.
then.
in this regard.
It's when you forget that it's
And
there.
then-
Yeah. Ooh, unfortunately, that plating won't actually help the crossbowman.
And that was a spell,
No,
so...
because it's armor 1 that
Yeah.
only works when you're attacked.
Yeah. So, I have Concentrate Fire, which decided to do a little jig. And,
And
pretty much.
now you have lots of proximity charges.
Yay.
Landmines everywhere!
Remember, kids, no game of hide and seek is complete without landmines.
Well, of course not. That's just a given.
Oh, yes.
And laser detonated C4.
And long-range sniper rifles. Of
Well,
course.
yeah, of course.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Oh. It's been a while since
going to learn shortly that plating on the crossbowman won't help.
No. Enough friends, it's possible they're a relatively new player, or they haven't tried that before, or they misread the card.
Oh, another skirmisher dude.
And the crossbowman just explodes.
Boom!
Guess what? You're dead. So let's put the gun automaton down because it seems like a good
In
idea
the same
today.
place as before.
Yeah. At this point, once the Waking Stones are dead, I can start doing damage to his central idol. Now, I'm not going to sack for anything this go around because the proc spines are really useful.
Yep.
Particularly when you rig them, because then they do 8
8
damage rather than 4.
Kill everything.
Iron Auger, you say? I think not.
Yep.
So it's been a while since I played against a pure order player. It seems like Decay is starting to die off in people's decks now.
It is. It was the new thing, and well, my black magic deck's good now, but that's only because I've had a lot of time to play around with it, and I've stripped it down to the absolute bare bones. So it's just everything in it, basically. Well, about half of it has an effect that can deal damage to your idols,
Sweet.
which is nice.
I have so much choice.
I played against Decay and Order yesterday. That was very interesting.
Cool.
Depends what I tell you what's horrible though is Decay versus Decay. When you've both got poison.
They just sit and flick at each other.
None
for a
of you
while.
can get a creature out long enough to do anything.
It was a combination of Chains of Faith and Searing Shackles doing damage to
Jesus.
Wow.
my idols.
Yeah.
You think DVD is bad? Lol, DVD. EVE is probably worse. For 10 turns,
Nobody does anything.
And then you just shoot the shit out of each other for about 15 minutes.
Then everything explodes and everything happens all at once. And then for 10 more turns,
And this
no one
is
does
you
anything.
being the horrible person and taking out his commanders with
Yes.
some rather lucky draws of violent dispersals, as I recall.
It's a bit like Tau versus Tau. You just sit and pelt each other with firepower for a few minutes.
Oh,
DarkMouse's happiness makes him temporarily imitate a seal. No, I'm sorry, a sea lion. Seals can't do the clappy flipper thing.
No, Sea Lions do this. Now, Violent Dispersal is very useful. It's even more useful when you draw it as soon as they've played something nasty down. Now, they're doing something very smart here and attacking me on 3 fronts, apart from the fact that the first front just died. But attacking someone on 3 different fronts is very useful. A chain attacking them on 1 front can be quite good, unless they've done what I've done and have built up basically an arrow of spiky death.
Yeah.
Well, again, with the with my decay deck, I have to do a quick amount. I have to get the idols low enough beforehand, because once they do it, they can turtle for all they like. It doesn't matter. I don't need to directly attack you.
No, that's fair enough. Yeah, because a lot of your stuff is structure based, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I like that too.
Structure based stuff is kind of useful. I'd probably say put some Metal Wonders in your deck as well, because they can be useful.
Well, yeah, the brilliant fun thing is just to get the 2 totems of suffering out and then flood the field with darklings.
Sweet. Oh look, you have an honourable general.
Because now each darkling does 4 damage to an
not
idol when they
another
die.
one.
Oh, look! Another violent dispersal.
No, you don't. You're not allowed your stuff.
It's like they arrive on the board and just boom!
Yep.
You can't have him anymore.
This
God
guy's probably
says
sat there
no.
going, what the fuck? They're like, how the hell did you draw that? 1 in 50 chance. Basically.
Yeah.
So, my
Is your deck
point...
50 strong then?
Yes, I slimmed it back down to 50.
Yeah, it just works better.
It does, unless you have a load of cards that let you draw creatures and structures from your deck, like the Eye of Eagle, the Summon spell from Order. Now...
I play Decay, I don't get stuff like that.
No, Decay doesn't.
So here's a question for everyone. Do you think that it's possible to play to win and not work out the odds of drawing cards, that kind of thing? I mean, is it possible to play
Another bloody one.
a card game that's, you've got a very strong deck, something that very rarely loses, and not work out draw rates, that kind of thing?
Even my evolution deck in Magic is proof of this.
It can be. I mean, the black magic deck I got solely because I decided to throw together a decay deck with all the non-poison decay cards, and I won 5 games straight in a row.
Fair enough.
Easily. Which surprised the hell out of me, because I thought it was just a random collection of things that I'd never really used before.
Yeah.
Well,
And it turns out they work.
what you do also need to bear in mind as well there is that a large amount of luck is played in that. So you might have had a really good draw and your opponent had a really bad draw at the same time. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Again, it was only 50 strong, and there were lots of multiples of the cards. So
yeah, well that's the best way to do it in Scrolls. Oh look, he has a 5/7 creature. What can I do about that?
Oh dear.
Lol. I think it is possible to throw, like you've done it, you've thrown a deck together and been able to win 5 games in a row. I mean, it is possible,
Bye.
but again, it does depend on luck.
Yeah.
This guy must
Which
hate me
you
right
had
now.
a lot of.
Yes, I really have had a really lucky draw, getting all 3 violent dispersals right when I need them most. I don't think I couldn't have planned that better.
Yeah. Oh, another Ducal Skirmisher. He gets +1 health due to that dude behind him.
So now he's deciding to try and turtle up the top, because they know that if they can take out 2 idols, 1 on each end, I'm possibly in a bit of bother. However,
Oh dear.
Bye.
you can't do that if you haven't got any creatures. And oh look, my arrow is back.
Yep.
The Metal Wonder's easily done the most damage here.
Yeah, well, it's brilliant because he pays Imperial resources, heals them all by 1, and then 1 immediately takes 2 damage,
Yep.
which is nice.
I
Think-
hate Imperial resources.
It's a nice card because they get to draw scrolls, they increase their order by 1, and they heal all their idols by 1, and all
Well,
the
it's,
units by 1 as well.
it's the order version of God Hand. It's the
Yeah.
big 8 resources nasty
Or-
spell.
Or there's a growth one as well.
God Hand is the growth one.
Yeah.
No, there's another one that heals you the amount of creatures you
Oh
have.
right. I know
Essence
it's
something.
it's the 6th one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can't remember.
To Wikipedia.
I do know the one you mean. It's in the growth starting deck. I can't get rid of it on my thing, but I can't remember what it's called.
You can get rid of things from the starting decks.
I can't.
I have done.
I can't. Or you can trade them. I can't sell them.
Oh, no, you can't sell them.
I know you can trade them,
Fair enough.
but they're basic growth cards. It's not really.
Well, you could trade them to me. Well, actually, I only need 1.
What do you need?
Huh?
What one do you need? What the?
The
Oh, you want the
essence
essence
thing.
food? Cool.
Yeah, I haven't actually used them very much, but I
Yeah.
will figure out a way.
Well, the thing is, I played straight growth for a little while, and it turned up, and I never really used it. I always tossed it for more resources
Yeah.
or cards.
It's good for long games.
In all fairness, having cards that you've got in your deck purely to sacrifice for resources and more cards isn't a bad thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
But it's when you get them all in the same hand.
that just means you've got a lot. You
Oh,
know
this
what
is
you're
your
sacking.
lovely where you sacrifice the copper automaton and immediately get another one.
Yeah, I love when that happens.
Yep.
Not very likely in my deck because my deck doesn't have a lot of creatures in it. It just has a lot of structures, and that one gets me creatures.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, I've got the clock library down as well, so unless they can do something to take that out anytime soon, I'm going to be sitting on quite a hand of cards soon. And let's knock that down. Its countdown because I can.
Well, you've got nothing else to spend the resources on, so
Yeah.
you may as well.
Like my structure deck will feature nothing but structures, and I'm fairly sure I can take an opponent out with that. I just need 1 more Metal Wonder to make it completely viable.
And your ether pump has done its thing,
Yep. Which knocked the
which knocked most of them down into burn radius.
Yep, which is quite nice, but I don't have anything in my hand to use for that at the moment. Now, what are they going to do?
No,
Obelisk.
obelisk.
Just make it more difficult for me to kill that stuff. Fair enough.
Oh look, what did I just say?
I got very lucky this game, in all fairness.
Yeah.
I got very, very lucky this game. And incendiaries too.
Yay.
Eh.
I don't think you decided to use it
No.
in the end. You paid for that instead. And
Yep.
you got another gun automaton.
That's an automated forge, because the more creatures I can get out at this point, the better.
Yeah.
I don't need to worry about drawing creature cards right now because, well,
Or did you use it?
no, I just.
Can't remember.
Either way, that's a very, very. Is that a dead idol at the moment? Yes, it is, because it's only got 2
Yeah.
left. So that's a dead idol, and a copper
Automaton kills
automaton
it,
is going
and
to
I
kill
think
something.
You killed the spearman with it. Yes, because you checked whether it had spiky too, and that doesn't matter because the copper automaton dies after it attacks anyway.
Yep.
So it turns out plating does not save you from that.
Mm-hmm. Of course, the automated forge is on 0. That's going to crap out another gun automaton in a minute.
Sweet. So that's quite a lot of damage I can do right there. And I've quite effectively turtled up on the middle 3 rows for once.
Which is exactly what you need to do.
That's not
Yeah.
often I do that. I usually use the top or the bottom. So this time I just had to... In all fairness, that's not by design. That's just through... Well, I can't defend... Yeah, I can't defend the top 2 anymore, so...
Just use Kabonk on something to get a card and lose 2 health on an idol.
Yeah,
And then
Frostgale.
Frostgale even.
Boom. That's another thing dead. And Sinmark Zealot.
It's that nutter.
I've lost 2 idols now, so I can't afford to lose a 3rd one.
Nope.
But-
But you are pretty well defended.
I'm pretty strong, and the Metal Wonder can do its thing while he casts spells. So let's get rid of that for more cards, and... Oh look, that's going to get burned.
Yeah, get another card. Oh, and a Thunder Surge. Which
That's useful
I
next
don't
turn.
think you ever use. So.
Not
bring
yet,
that back and
but,
turtle up even more.
Yep. There's not really a lot that they can do to stop me from rolling at this point, unless they can all of a sudden throw out a load of removal. Or
This
load
is
of
a
creatures.
situation where you really want to quake.
Unfortunately,
Oh.
Order doesn't have Quick.
I know.
Order has nothing that massively removes stuff, and because I've gotten really, really lucky with my removal, it's a case of, I have a creature, no you don't.
Boom.
I have a creature, no you don't. I had a creature, yeah, you had one. Not anymore. It's the Ether Pump that's really causing them the problem, I think. That and the Metal Wonder,
Yes.
because the Metal Wonder has easily done the majority of the damage there.
Yeah. Metal Wonders are just nasty.
Oh, hell yes. Now, there is an ESL tournament tomorrow, I think.
It is indeed, yeah.
Now, we can't do videos for that, unfortunately.
Because we're not allowed, we don't have a license.
No.
There is that. There's also the fact we don't want to piss people off there. Now, I will be taking part in that tournament. For those of you who aren't aware, you can still sign up and check in. Just head over to the Scrolls website and that will direct you to it. You'll need an ESL account to be able to do it, but that's not a bad thing. It's free to sign up and it looks kind of cool.
So, yeah, what we will do probably is bring you a podcast style, our thoughts on how it was played
Oh, yes.
afterwards tomorrow.
Because this will be the first time the tournament button actually gets used, I imagine. If it doesn't get used, I'll be really annoyed.
Just had a thought. You know what would be really, really nasty? Get some ether pumps out and cluster hex the hell out of everything.
Ouch.
Ooh, actually, yes, that would be quite unpleasant.
That and charge
What
coils.
does Cluster Hex do?
Puts curse 1 on everything in a big radius.
Oh, cool.
Very useful against growth players. Now, I
So,
think,
yeah.
unfortunately, it looks like they're having a bit of latency issue.
Yeah.
Bush, or however it's pronounced, FSH, was having some real connection problems in this game.
Quite possibly.
This is something that concerns me because Scrolls has grown a hell of a lot recently.
Oh, yeah.
It's me wondering whether it's individual internet connection problems or whether the servers are actually having some suffrage done to them.
I think it's possible that the more people logging on than they used to be nowadays, which means that Scrolls is the servers they
Suffering.
have. Yeah, the servers they have might not be able to physically carry what they're doing.
A strange thing has occurred. You've drawn the solemn giant and yet it hasn't turned up on the field.
That's because I haven't got 10 resources yet.
I mean, this will be the first time that Mojang's run a game that they've hosted themselves. And with Minecraft, obviously they've got their download servers and the website and everything else, but what they don't have are dedicated play servers. What they'll have to have for Scrolls is, because most of this is rendered cloud, server side, they'll have to have fairly decent servers.
Oh, yes.
Most of the problems I've had personally, though, have been our connection rather than theirs, as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Because my internet connection's been, well, it's pretty universally stable. Actually, I haven't really had any problems with it.
Yeah.
And I've never disconnected from the match. So that might just be the connection playing up.
Possibly.
But what has certainly happened is that games have glitched, which is always fun.
Oh, yeah.
I particularly liked the one where it just kept randomly immediately skipping turns, so either me or my opponent would randomly get 2 turns in a row,
So now,
which was fun.
I had one hell
It
of
was fair because it kept switching between us, but
I had one hell of a glitch yesterday. For some reason, it wouldn't, it ticked down and nothing else was happening. And then all of a sudden, a lot of stuff just attacked. And instead of just losing the one idol that I was going to, I lost 3. I already lost one beforehand, so he was me running with 1 idol on 7 health, and it hadn't counted for his defeated
you
yet.
didn't lose. And yeah, judging by the countdown, I'm thinking he's having problems.
Possibly,
Either that or just forgot
Yeah.
to turn the...
I think it actually says that he disconnected.
Yeah, he disconnected. My usual practice on that is if someone disconnects against me, I will not keep the game going. I'll sit there and not do anything, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, my countdowns and stuff will still keep going down, but then so will theirs.
Yes,
So,
here we
There
are.
we go.
Damn,
That's a real
automatic
shame because
loss,
that
which
was
is-
looking to be a really good game.
Indeed.
I think you decided to buy an energy scroll.
Indeed. Because now it's been a little while since we put one out, so apologies for that. But we are following the same format, so the next one will be energy, I think. The last one was growth. And we get a rigged, because I haven't got tons of those already.
So spectacularly useful for you.
Oh, yes. So, I think that's all we've got time for, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Please like, favourite, and subscribe to support the series. And I'll catch you next time.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
See ya.